Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I left off at 33 weeks for my pregnancy update. So today I'll be doing my 34 to 36 week pregnancy update. And before I go into my update, if you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And if you're not new but you've been watching my channel for a long time, you know who you are. Please go ahead and hit that subscription button, and don't forget to hit the bell so that you can get alerted when I post my next video. Going into this pregnancy update, now that y'all got me out of breath, I am going to do my 34 week, 35th week, and 36th week pregnancy update. Right. So going back to 34 weeks, I had a hospital visit because I was having contractions in my 34th week, towards the end of my 34th week, and they weren't going away. I don't know what brought them on, but I just remember they were coming like every 20 minutes, and then they started coming every 10 to 12 minutes. Then I contacted my doula, called my doctor, and unfortunately he was not on call. This is over the weekend. It was another doctor, so I left them a message and he called me back, but I had no idea what that doctor left on my voicemail. So was it this time? No, that was before that. So scratch that. This time I got my doctor. It was during the week. I got my doctor and left the message with the nurse, and they told me to rest and drink water, and if the contractions continued for another hour, then to go into labor and delivery. So that's the right story. The other one was maybe 31 weeks. Yeah. So this time it didn't stop. I told my doula, and she was like, I wouldn't wait until my contractions got to 10 minutes to go to the hospital if I feel that they've been consistent, because like if your contractions go from 10 minutes to 5 minutes, it's going to be harder to control and stop your contractions when they're that close together versus when they are 10 minutes apart, if that makes sense. So that's what she was telling me. And while I was having those contractions, I remember the day prior, my body was cleaning itself out. I was having a lot of loose bowel movements. And from what I remember with Ashley, leading up to delivering her, my body started cleaning itself out. But that really is not a pinpoint sign of you're going into labor. Ring the alarm, grab your stuff, get in the car and go. Because some people that happens to, some people it doesn't. So with me, it really didn't mean anything. But I went into labor and delivery, and I was there maybe 45 minutes. They checked me, my cervix was closed, and I was thick, and the baby was high. So I was on the monitor, and the monitor didn't pick up any contractions that I had. I had maybe 2 to 3 contractions while I was in there, but for some odd reason the monitor did not pick up my contractions. So they discharged me, sent me home. My 35th week, everything tapered down. Like, I was fine. I had my normal Braxton Hicks contractions here and there. I was up in my water like nobody's business. And I was staying off my feet. I put myself on a modified bed rest for that week because of what happened right before I turned 35 weeks. 36 weeks. And then I had a follow-up with my doctor, because whenever you go to the emergency room, they always want you to follow up with your doctor whether you're pregnant or not. So I followed up with my doctor, and he did a check. Cervix was still closed. This was maybe 5 days after I had left the hospital, so almost a whole week or less. I went to my doctor, and he checked me. I was still closed, And my cervix, he said, was soft, but it wasn't, he didn't tell me if I was high or not. He just said it was soft when I asked him. I don't know how soft, he just said soft. So 36 weeks, went to my doctor. They didn't do a check because they wanted to do one at 37 weeks, which I'll do in another video. And yeah, so they didn't check me 36 weeks. They just did a normal belly thing, check the heart rate, all that jazz. And I did have an ultrasound my 36th week of pregnancy. And for the baby size, I forgot what they call that ultrasound, but it's pretty much where they do an ultrasound to determine an approximation of the size of your baby prior to you delivering. So the baby was measuring 6 pounds, 6 ounces, and she is in the 56th percentile from what the ultrasound tech said. So the doctor, because that's the high risk doctor that I go to, she was like, I wouldn't be surprised if you have an 8-pound baby. Now, I delivered Ashley and she was 6 pounds, 14 ounces. My son was 6 pounds, some ounces. So my average baby weight during delivery, and that's like 37, 38 week, is normally 6 pounds. So to be 36 weeks and measuring 6 pounds, 6 ounces as far as the fetus is concerned, I'm like, that's interesting. So, and what made it even more interesting is maybe a week or two before I had that scan, that weight scan, I had a dream I delivered a 9 pound, 8 ounce baby. So who knows? I asked the doctor, and I also asked the ultrasound tech, how accurate are these measurements on fetuses? And the ultrasound tech said that's 20% give or take, so it could be 20% less than what the number they give you, or 20% more than what they give you. My doctor, he said there's a 15% margin on either side. So your baby could be 15% smaller, about a pound or so, he said. These are his exact words, or a pound or so bigger than the given ultrasound that they got. So who knows? We shall see when that time comes. And according to my app, the baby in its 36th week is pretty much ready to go. The only thing that the baby is doing right now is just finalizing all of, where did it go? Finalizing all of the maturing of everything, but everything is good to go. And the bones are still soft. I'm just giving a rundown here because I don't want my video to be too long. And the baby's digestive system is good. It's good to go, but it's not going to be finalized until after it comes into the world and starts, you know, drinking the milk and all that stuff. My body, according to the app, said I should have a pregnancy waddle, which I think I do. I should be having pelvic pain, which I think I am, which kind of, yeah, but not necessarily. The baby is dropped, which I was told by my husband and also my mother that my belly dropped. And I noticed it when I went to my sister and brother's house, my sister-in-law's house, my brother's house, and I was looking in their mirror and I did like a little turn, you know, when you're walking out, you just kind of glimpse yourself. And I'm like, ooh, my belly looks low. It just looks kind of like it descended. And that's about it for my body. The common symptoms that I'm supposed to be having around this time is changes in fetal movement, which kind of, I feel like they changed in a sense of they're not as strong. Like when she gets riled up, she moves. But I wouldn't say that I really feel that much of a change in her movements. Heartburn and indigestion I've been getting. Bloating and gas. I thought it was all the beans I ate, but I guess it's a part of the symptoms. Constipation. I wouldn't say I'm constipated. I feel like things have gotten a little bit more together in that department. More frequent trips to the bathroom as far as urination. Definitely. Like, I will just get out the bathroom and I'll sit or lay down and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to go. Then I'll go and it's like, tick, tick. And I'm like, get off my bladder because this is not cool. So frequent urination, definitely. Vaginal discharge streaked with blood. I haven't gotten that yet, hence the reason I had any vaginal discharge streaked with blood, just the normal stuff, if you know what I'm talking about. Itchy belly. No, not necessarily. And swelling in the feet and ankles. I do notice every now and then that my ankles do look a little bit puffier than normal. And bringing back a memory now, when I went to the doctor, where did I go? I didn't have a doctor's appointment. I remember I was just at my mom's house and I was eating Subway and I was drinking some fountain drink and I was just sitting on her in her chair in her living room and I started seeing like glittery things in my vision. And I remember looking it up and it was saying something about preeclampsia. Never had a preeclampsia situation with any of my pregnancies. So I called my doctor and he said, or the nurse, excuse me, said that if I'm close to a blood pressure machine, I should check my blood pressure. But my mom said that she didn't have hers at her house. And I was on my way to my house to do it, but I have to pass the doctor's office before I get to my house. So they said to just come on in and let them check my blood pressure, which I did. And my blood pressure normally runs on the lower side of the 100. So for instance, my blood pressure before I'm pregnant was normally like 98, 97 over 60 something or 50 something. That's normal, my pre-pregnancy blood pressure. Since I've been pregnant, I've noticed my blood pressure did slightly increase to about 104, 105 to like 50 something, 60 something. So that's my normal blood pressure pregnancy. If I'm active or doing a lot, I'll see it go up a little bit to maybe 110 and 50 something or 60 something. But when I went to the doctor's office, my blood pressure was 136 over 58. And in my mind, I'm like, that's a little high for me. But my doctor wasn't quite concerned about it. Then he told me to just keep check of my blood pressure for the next couple days, and if it gets elevated past 150, that's when I should go to the hospital. And so far, glory to God, that has not happened. My blood pressure has gone back down into its normal range. So yeah, so that's good. Insomnia, kind of, but not really. I feel like I'm more tired than anything else, and when I fall asleep, I fall asleep. And nesting instinct. I don't know if it's because I'm just so tired now that I just don't have the motivation to do much. But when I do start cleaning, I'm like cleaning. And that's just normally me. Like, I can't just clean off the couch or do the dishes. Normally when I start cleaning, I'm like doing the dishes, cleaning the counter, wiping off this, doing this, dusting this, mopping this. Like thorough cleaning. I can't just spot clean. So that's just normal me. I have been, since I'm in the home stretch, getting everything together for the big day. But I don't think I'm like kicked in the face instinct of nesting as yet. So that's that for that update for my 36-week pregnancy update. I'm going to go ahead and do my... trying to make it pop. Hold on, let me see. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my belly measurement and see where we are at with that, okay? So this is my stomach, and I do have my Bloomlife thing, so if you haven't seen that video of as far as what this is, it's in my video selections, so you could go ahead and peep that. If not, I'll put a link in my description box so you can see what it is. So this is my stomach. I'm getting rounder. And I don't remember like always what I am measuring, so let us go ahead and just measure. Ooh, my back is a little sweaty. Cannot see. Make sure it's right there. So I'm about 45 and 3/4, so almost 46 inches around. And it's stuck to me. I don't know if you guys can see that my belly does look like it's sloped a little bit. You guys see that? The slopage. Yeah, my belly does look like it went down like this way a little bit. Yeah. See? I think so. Like this is like the full gut. You guys see that? That slope is, my husband noticed it and my mom noticed it, but yeah. Oh, so that is it for this pregnancy update. I'm gonna start doing them weekly now, so you'll soon see a 37 week, hopefully a 38 week, hopefully a 39 week, maybe a 40 week pregnancy update, and hopefully there's changes in that area with the vlogs as well, or videos. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching. God loves you, and I love you, and you have a blessed day. Bye.